background job usually, as we know,
material
you will
instance.
need to get something done in the system by the system automatically. Say, for example, I can schedule a MRP run every day around 12 o'clock in the night or sometime, so that I don't have to do that work again and again. To eliminate that manual effort in running the task again and again, we schedule the job in as a background job. Okay, how to schedule the job as a background job? That's a point here. Say, for example, I want to go to this MD01 or MD01N. Let me go to MD01. Sorry, MD01N. That might be live, and we schedule this as a background job. Say, okay. So, for an example, I wanted to run the MRP every day for this 1710 plant. I want to run the MRP. Okay, I can come here into this transaction code and then fill the data that I wanted to perform. Like 1710 is the plant where I want to do the planning. In case you have some material filter, you can put product group, MRP controller. The way you want, you can fill them. And then activate all this checkbox, which will ensure that you consider all the order bomb also. And then select the scheduling, whether you want to go to basic date scheduling or lead time scheduling. Let me go with basic date. And then in the planning mode, be it the delete and recreate or adaptive planning, anything that you want, you can fill these details as of your want, and then you can save it as a variant first. Okay, this is essentially important. Why? Because as we know, sometime I am running the MRP on 1710. I might running the MRP in a different plant also for different material also. Okay, so for every plant and every material, I can create like as per my requirement, I can create a variant, and this variant will have to be used in the MRP background job. Save it first. So for an example, I'll put it as a variant name is 1710 plant level. Something like this. I can put some plant level MRP and then save this variant. Okay. It means whenever I come into this again, I can go and pick the variant name here the way I want, or the other details like scheduling, planning mode, plant, material scope, whatever I have filled, those will be automatically pre-populated from the variant. Similarly, I can, if it is required, I can create one more variant also. Suppose for 1000 also I wanted to create one more variant. Go to the save here, and here you make it as 1000, something like this, and then save it. Okay, so right now I have two variants. You can see once the variant is available on the T code itself, you will see this kind of one indicator or box where you can go and select the variant the way you want. If I go to the 1000, presently I'm in the 1000 variant. If I go to 17101, you can see automatically this is getting pre-populated, and without entering the remaining data, I can simply go ahead and then run this job. So this variant will be used in the background job, whereas if I use this variant for a background job, that means whatever the parameters I have maintained against this variant, those will be used to run my MRP job. Similarly, if I use the 1000 plant variant job, variant name can be different also, right? So if I use that variant also, then in that case, again, the selection parameter will be changed. So once this variant is saved, the next thing we do.
Okay, one question for regarding the variant. Okay, if I just select one variant, okay, or go to the variant. Okay, variant, and then this display.
Okay.
Okay, and now open one variant what we have created.
Okay.
And okay, what are this selection screen, field name, and all this type in all these fields, columns?
Correct. Yeah. So selection screen is 1000 here. Like if you remember, let me show you that. Last time during our this thing, when we created a T code for the query, there we had added this screen here along with the program. If you go to SC93, the moment you want to assign any T code to any program, so for example, ZQI stock, this is the one we had created. This one. If I go to the display here, you can see that this was the program name and this is the screen. Every program has this screen element. Okay, so here itself the system screen element, it is saying 1000. Different program have multiple.
Coming from the program.
Correct. It
This
comes
is
from the
coming from the
program.
program. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
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 If you have multiple screen elements, then your screen number will be also changed the way you want. Okay. That's basically the above thing. Anyway, now in the selection screen itself, you are entering a couple of data like plant, material, product group. If I go here to MD01N, see here you are entering plant,
Yes.
material, product group, material scope, material MRP controller. All these things are coming up here. Then change or bomb component. If it is X, you see it here. It is maintenance X. X means this checkbox is activated. Similarly, this checkbox is activated. This checkbox is activated. Okay. And regenerative planning, if this the one where we have a checkbox for regenerative planning also. Scheduling, planning mode, name of the performance log, and output material list. So this is the whole thing which is there in this variant. Okay.
Mhm. And what is that E and I? I and E, input and what?
Okay.
But we don't have to look into that, no? Never.
I can tell you.
That
See here,
comes
if I go, suppose
automatically.
I
Yeah.
go to here
Yeah. Yeah.
1710, the variant which I created, 1000 variant I created. So here option
Type.
is equal to I is for the input basically. Okay, input field or not, indicator whether it is a input field
And
or not.
type is type.
This one, selection type. Okay,
Selection type.
one second. This is the selection type, selection screen or not, whether this is coming as a selection screen or not. It means these are input field or not. I mean, you are inputting the data in plant here. If I go back and select some other variant here, display. So for example, I'll go with any of the variant here. Wherever you have data element
Where you are inputting
correct,
data.
that is marked as input here, and these are the selection parameter. Like you can apply the filter at material also, you can apply a filter at product group also, material controller also. So these are all the selection parameter. That's why this type is selection type here. It is maintained here. Understanding my point? These are all selection parameters, and yeah. Option, if you ask me about option, this option is equal to, if you want you can apply some other thing also, like other criteria also, huh? Let me show you that. So here you see, recently what we are doing is the value we are putting is 1710, it is taking it equal to single value which is equal to this one. By default this stack is equal to, but if I want I can put it some in different way also. So for example,
Not equal to.
I'm taking it as a greater than equal to 1710. What does it mean? Okay, it means any plant which is either 1710 equal to 1710 or greater than 1710, in all those plants this variant will run the MRP.
Yes.
Okay, let me make it as a okay. All right. Now once the variant is created, we'll go to this SM36 to create a job, and in SM36 we'll put a unique identification name through which we can identify. You can put the job name as test also, that also doesn't matter. Okay, but my personal preference is use a good name to which you can identify what this job is doing by looking at the job name itself. You don't have to dig into the job details. Now in the job name I'll put it as daily MRP run, and I'll put 1710. Okay, here, hit enter, and then once you hit enter, system is asking you now, give me the ABAP program name and the variant name. What is the program name? You have to give it to here, like which transaction code you want to run in the backend, that you have to give. So as we know, every transaction code has a program associated with it. We can say that here itself. This is my pph underscore MRP underscore sir. This is my program name. Or else we have this TSTC table also, isn't it? So we can go to TSTC table, and here itself also we can find out our transaction code and program associated with. I can take the program name here. You can see that screen number also. And then add the program name into this ABAP program screen here in the background job table. Then click on this variant here, go to the run menu. You should be able to see all the variants that we have created so far. These are the same variants, isn't it? If I open that
Yes.
MD01 and transaction code right now
Yes.
and go to the
We
variants
have
here,
those two
I can see
variants.
these two variant name, and where the short description is not added, I think these are the variants which are created. Some of the variants are also created. These are the variants that are created by somebody else, but they don't have a short description. Because of that, these variants are not appearing here in this short description. When I click on this indicator here, it's not appearing here because they don't have a description. Okay, but those variant are also exist. Now let me go with the 1710 plan. I am going with 1710 plan. Now what will happen is, every time this job will run, it will use these parameters, but whatever is there in 1710 plan.
Yes.
This is my variant name, and whatever the parameters I have used here, those parameters will be used to run this transaction code on a background mode on a regular interval, the way I want. Give a check here first to see everything is okay or not. Click the check button here. Everything is good. Since no
Completed.
error is, nothing is coming, that means everything is. Go ahead and save it first. Okay, click on the save. Just gonna save. Sorry, just give me a second. And then go to the start condition here. Okay, in the start condition, give the time, date, interval, and all. How do we want to run this MRP? Say, for example, I want to run it daily. If you want, you can run it immediately also. Click on immediately, and then the moment you save it, automatically this job will be running immediately. I mean, immediately it will run. Okay, but if you want to run it on a certain time and period, you can go and give a scheduled date time. Okay, what is the scheduled date time? Suppose I'm putting it as from Monday. Huh? February, I want to start it from March 7th. And the timing, it's UTC zone here, system timing. Suppose I'm mentioning the time as I wanted to start it at midnight. Okay, around midnight itself, I wanted to start this job. Every day at midnight, I want to start. And the job should start from this date. It's not like today itself it will start. It will start from this date, scheduled start date. And then we have a snow start after date. What is the snow start after? It in case due to some power failure or something, some other issue, if the MRP was not able to successfully run at this time, or the job was not able to start at this time, then we can give one more timing. After that, this job will never run again. No start date after. It means, suppose here, for an example, I am going to give the same date itself, and suppose the timing I'm going to give 0500, something like this. Huh? It means if the first system will try to schedule the job at this date, this time, if due to any sort of issue, the system was not able to schedule the job at this time, then on the same date, after 5 o'clock, this job will not be scheduled again. It needs the concerned person's attention.
Manual
Yeah.
or manual unit.
Manually, you have to come here.
Manual, you have to run the job.
Yeah,
Yes.
you have to do it manually run or something, or it needs the, basically we can say it needs the scheduler's attention on this.
Right.
Okay, and then here we have the period values. Go to the period values here and then mention how do we want to run this job. So I can run it on hourly, I can run it on daily, I can run it on weekly, monthly. Other periods are also available. If you go to other periods also, you can enter the hour and minute it also. If you want to run it in every 30 minutes also, you can maintain it up here. I'm not gonna maintain it at other period. I wanted to do it on daily basis. Check first and then click on this save. So it means this is a periodic job. You see it's here. That's a periodic job right now.
Daily.
This job is now activated. And then give a check here. If everything is okay, no warning or error will come. If some errors are there, it will be popping up. And click on this save. Okay. Once this job is defined, everything is defined here. You can see job start date, timing, job no start after time, date and time here, And then you can see the job frequency also, when this job has to run and how it has to run. If you want, you can maintain the target system also. It's for me, this is the server, same server. You can maintain the same target system here. And in case you want to trigger a email notification, you can maintain email notification also if the job status is cancelled. The first option here is, if you go with the second option here, it means send email for the job with status completed and cancelled. If the job is completed or cancelled, then suppose here I will put it as just an example. I'm putting this xyz@gmail.com. Then system will send an email notification email to this recipient's email ID once the job is completed or cancelled. In case I wanted to see only the notifications when the job is cancelled, I can one. Okay. And remember that for this email notification, you need to have the email service activated. Okay, there is a transaction code called SOST. Okay, there basically, I mean, it is used to monitor, but yeah, for that this email service has to be activated by the basis people. If that service is activated, system can send that email. Okay, you can maintain that the way you want. And then if you want, you can put the spool recipient also. You know, the way you can, what is spool list? Basically, spool list, as you know, that is the output of the MRP run, right? Once you run the MRP, then if I show you in the other transaction code here, see here, we for this PP order, whatever the orders we had created, for that order, when that was finished, there is a spool list. If you go to the spool list here, it shows me the report of that job run, right? Similarly, in MRP also here, in case the job run is completed, whatever the output of the MRP run, you can send it to some recipients. Okay, you can copy it or you can send it. You can do BCC also. Blind copy is basically the BCC also. The way one, you can send it to the recipients also. You can go down if you have the, you know, distribution list. Some distribution list is created, or some, if you have the internal user, you can send it to the internal user also. Internal users are nothing but the user ID for, you know, this SAP users. Distribution list is nothing but the email address. In one email address, one distribution list, you can have 10 or, you know, n number of recipients. You send email to that distribution list, automatically it will be distributed to all the users assigned to a distribution list.
Okay.
You understand the distribution list?
Yes.
Yeah. Usually in organizations, we never send
exactly.
mass email and all, we never send that one to one. Instead, we create a distribution list. Under the that list itself, we assign all the
all users.
If you
email ID of all the users.
List, automatically it will go to the other users. In case you want to do that, do it for internal users also, you can search it by first name, last name also. That user ID, thing also you can search it up here. If you go with this distribution list, in the distribution list also, if you have something, you can search it up here. No distribution list is selected. And let me go to this internal users now. Let me see if something is there. These are all the users available in this server. Okay, you can see these are the user IDs is available. All the user ID. These are all the first name, last name, and there is a user ID also available for that. This DDIC, this is a user ID. Prasad, Praveen. It looks like these are all user ID. So S19 user 3. This is also user ID. So for an example, I am going with S19 user 3 here, and I want to send a copy to this user recipient. Okay, so click on this copy here. Every time this job is successfully completed, and the output will be sent to that user, which is S9 user 3. Okay, and then once this everything is ready, you can verify it again one more time. Now you can see that start date, time, no start date, time, and then job frequency, email notification details, pool list recipients, and in the steps here, you can see what step we have maintained. Like this is my program PPH, MRP start, program type, it's ABAP program, variant is 1710 plant, user ID, language, that kind of thing you can see. In case you want to edit also, you can go and edit it here also. But I don't want to edit. That option is available. Here is the edit button, change button. Okay. You can edit that. And then once everything is done, click on the start condition. And then save it. Okay, the moment you click on this save button here, you see this says job daily MRP run 1710 is saved and the status is released. Released means it is up for the running. Okay, now if you go to SM37, you should find out. Okay, so try to search with our name. We will search. If you know the job name also, you can directly put it up here. If you don't know the job name, you can directly.
We can also put this ABAP program name, no? If
you
they
can
know
put that,
this,
correct. You
then
can, yeah, in the selection screen, you can put the above program name. And once the job is basically scheduled, you will have following status. Scheduled is there, released is there, ready, active, finished, cancel. Okay. Okay. Just a second, Archana, just give me a second.
Yes.
One second.
I'm not able to hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry about that.
And now I can. And now
Okay.
I can.
Okay. Yeah. So here, the job. Let's understand the status here. Huh? This,
Yes.
and then we will execute and see the job how it goes and all. So a job will have typically these are the status where it will have in the job itself. Like cancelled is the one. Cancelled will come if the job was not able to successful or due to some error or issue something. The job was not successful. Some output came as wrong output, something like that, or it was cancelled by the user. In that case, it will have a cancelled status. Okay. Any error, because of any error, it was not successful. Then it will have the cancel status. If it is successful, it will have the finished status. If the job is currently running, it will have the active status. If you have remember during the archiving session, we scheduled some job and it was showing active for 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 70 seconds. Means the job is currently running. Okay. And just before the job is, suppose the job is scheduled at 12:30 today. Okay. If you come before by 12:20 or sometime, if you try to search the job, you will see this. It will show as a ready. Means the job is ready to run. Okay. When it is released, if the job is scheduled and this job is released for the running, I mean it is there in the system. It is like the way we have it here. If I go and search it here, these are the different job name you can see. It's showing scheduled here. It means this job will start at a different time. Okay, these are all scheduled, but the time has not been reached. Okay, and in which case it will have released if I'm checking it for today. Huh? Let me search it for the dates. So for an example, I'll run it till if I try to execute it, and let me put the job name also, our job name. Then hopefully you will understand. Okay. Let me go the program name. It will be helpful for us.
Okay.
PPH underscore MRP.
For job name, we'll have to give star or.
Oh, sorry. I have to give a start here.
Yes.
Okay, so here you see
Okay.
this job is saying released right now. Definitely.
Released.
Okay, why it is saying released? Why it is not saying?
Because it has not yet been scheduled. It will be scheduled.
No, it is scheduled. It is scheduled already. Like the job we have already, the background job is scheduled, but the time has not come. System will automatically.
Right.
The start date is on 7th, right? And we are checking it from 3rd. Okay, today is 3rd of March. The job is there from 7th. Now system will schedule it automatically once the date will come nearby. automatically system will schedule it. Now presently it is showing in the released mode. Means this job is there, which will be scheduled from a certain date. If I go here, it shows me the start date here, plan start date. Okay. So that's all about the background job. This is how you can come and schedule a background
So
job.
what are the reasons that the job can be cancelled?
The job can be cancelled through the user also. By the help of the user also, user can also stop it. So for example, here I will go to this job, select this job, and you see I have a stop button here, stop active job. If you click on this stop here, this job will be, this is presently not active. If it is active only, then it will be stopped. But in case you want to delete that also, you can delete this job also. That job is deleted right now. And say for an example, here I'm the same example we are putting 01 suppose here you have added some wrong parameter, some wrong thing, and then once you execute this transaction code, it is giving some error or something. In that case, with the same parameter, if you go and schedule a background job, it will have the cancel status. If the program is not running successfully, and behind the not successful run of a MRP, there are n number of options available. Plant parameter are not available. The material code which you have put here, the material code may not be maintained in 1710 plant, or some other things might be there, right? A lot of different scope are there, no production version found. Anything that comes during the MRP run, which makes it unsuccessful, all those reasons will make that job as cancelled.
But it will be difficult to trace, no? The reason.
No, you can do that. If you remember how we are identifying, huh? Let me show you that. So here you see this job was cancelled. Everything is finished, it's saying, but something is cancelled here. Go to this job and then go to the job logs here. Huh? By the job logs, you can identify what could be the region. In the job logs, it says, okay, this job was started and it started to do this is my program name, this is my variant name, this is my user ID through which the program is started. It also says the archiving session is being created. Now, this is the error here, operating system message, no such file or directory. So this is the error. You have to see the job log. To that job log itself, you can find out what is the reason why the MRP run was not successful. Okay. In this